Hello and welcome to Biology 202. My name is Dr. Jennifer Ison and I'm going to be your instructor this semester. I'm so excited to get to work with all of you. Bio 202 is also, the full name is Gateway to Ecology, Evolution, and Organismal Biology, and it's one of my all-time favorite courses to teach. This is actually the sixth semester I've been teaching it, and it just keeps getting more fun, so I can't wait to work with you all on it. So I'm going to use this video as just a brief introduction to myself and to the course, and then ask you to introduce yourselves via a survey, and there'll be more information in a minute. So, as I mentioned, my name is Dr. Ison. I am a plant ecologist. So what this means is I study how plants interact with their natural world. In particular, I've looked at how plant populations, if they're going to persist because of habitat destruction and fragmentation, where we take a big habitat and destroy it into small little pieces. And I've also really recently got very interested in native bees as well. So these pictures here, this is of Echinacea angustifolia, or purple coneflower, which is one of the native plants I study, and that little bee on one of the pictures is Andrena helianthiformis, which is one of the native bees that I study as well, and she's pretty amazing because she's a solitary bee, which means there's just her, and she has her own brood. There's no queen and workers, and she digs into the ground to lay her eggs in these little chambers. But I'll talk more about that in our first module. Um, so a little bit more about me. I grew up in Illinois. I have lived in a state or province that's touched every single Great Lake. So I grew up in Illinois, then I went to school at St. Olaf College in Minnesota, another small liberal arts school similar to College of Worcester. I did my grad work in Chicago, and then I did my postdoctoral research in Toronto, and then I lived in Indiana and Ohio before I ended up at the College of Worcester. I also have one son, Zachary, who just turned 5, and he loves bees almost as much as me, but we'll see. In the survey you're about to fill out before the first day of class, I'm going to ask you your favorite organism. So this could be any plant, animal, fungi, bacteria, whatever you want to choose. But every time I do this, I pick a different favorite plant or different favorite organism. This time I was feeling the plants, so I chose lead plant, which is a native prairie plant. It's in the bean family. And one of the reasons it's one of my favorites is because it has this just amazingly bright orange pollen. You can see that bee in that picture is a tiny little sweat bee. So these flowers are very, very small, but this pollen is bright orange and the petals are this bright purple. So even though it's kind of like a small little flower, it's really, really beautiful. So in terms of an introduction to the course, this course is arranged around 9 modules. I mentioned this really briefly in the email. So each of these modules is centered around a thought-provoking question. How do ice fish survive in the Antarctic? And each of these different topics is like a gateway into learning about key concepts in ecology, physiology, immunology, evolution, behavior, population dynamics, conservation, sexual selection. And it's a really neat way to get to learn these. And I just love teaching these modules so much. So I can't wait for you to get to know them. All right, in preparation for the first day of class, there's a short survey I'd like you to fill out. So this survey is just to help me get to know you as a person and a learner. And if possible, if you could fill this out by midnight, Tuesday, August 18th, I'll have a chance to look at it first thing Wednesday morning and kind of get to know all of you before we start class. And in that survey, you will be asked to give your favorite organism, and and you should be prepared to share your answer with the class when we meet on Wednesday. So on Wednesday, August 19th, we will meet as a class at 11:45 a.m. on Teams. So because of splitting of the two sections, the 202 sections that I emailed about, the Teams page is a little bit behind, but there will be a Teams page for this section by Wednesday, and I'll send you an email on Tuesday at the latest and give you the information. So the key is that you have downloaded a Microsoft Teams, that you've logged in, and that you are ready to meet at 11:45 Eastern Time on Wednesday, August 19th. This is a remote course, and if this time doesn't work for you, like if it's the middle of the night, 11:45 a.m., um, please send me an email and we are going to find an alternate time for people to meet if that is not, if 11:45 is not a good time on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Okay, so with that, I really can't wait to meet all of you and I hope you have a lovely last few days of your summer. Thank you. Bye.